Welcome back, ladies and gents. Wow, that sounded honestly kind of wrong. Not in like a. Let me explain. It sounded like I was trying to impersonate someone. It didn't sound like me. It sounded like someone else because I was just right into it, all happy and joyful. Which, don't get me wrong, I try to be joyful in these intros. But that was maybe even a little too much for me. Anyways, welcome back, ladies and gents. It's Coffee Talk, episode 2, Hibiscus and Butterfly. Now, I caught my audio device before I recorded this entire episode without audio. So, haha, got you there, OBS. You can't get me this time. Anyways, how is game progress this little? And I only have like 5 days left. I'm like 2/3 through the game, right? I think. Okay, I'm more than halfway, not 2/3, but I'm actually probably close to. What is this, 14 days? I'm 10. 4 divided by 14 is some number. It's less than 4, which means it's less than 25%. Well, no, it's not less than 4. I'm doing that wrong. It's roughly around 25%. Look, math's not always my grade. Really? I knew I counted 5, but who was the 5th person? If I had a better relation to Officer Georgie, maybe? Or maybe if I wonder who that 5th person would have been. Anyways, let's hop back into it, shall we? Today's been an interesting day for me. I got my usual stuff done, practicing my instrument, and which took a lot longer than I expected, by like a half hour to like 45 minutes. It was a long practice session today. But I feel more confident than I used to. So, other than that, it's been pretty relaxed. Had a nice dinner. And now I'm playing this. Trying to figure out my schedule for the rest of the videos for this 30-day challenge. I think I'm gonna have to record some new content because I don't know how much more backlog I have now that I got through Halo. I haven't recorded much of the next game. But I don't know. Anyways, thought I'd just mention that a bit. Friday, September 29th, 2023. I thought yesterday was Friday. In-game. Not. Huh. Anyways, alien sightings increased. Is this an alien, or is this an invasion? At least it's pretty. Researcher responds over alleged algae invasion. Dwarf era? This is supposed to be like the mafia, but dwarf? Yeah. I'm gonna assume it's dwarf. Yeah. Tech teams up with Golomix Industries to produce self-healing concrete technology. Interesting. I'll get back to you myself. Just wait. Not a lot of posts today. You wanna know where I got all my awesome sunglasses is? Check out my good sponsor here. Been working with them for eons and I'll always love their stuff, but you already know that. Normal schedule. Very lucky to have people who's with me no matter what. Take it for granted. I love those people. As my brother pointed out a while back, it's kind of hard. It's harder to find those people nowadays than it used to be in the past. At least in one prospect it's like that, but the problem with that is also in the past, the same thing still could turn someone against you. It just felt like that because more often than not, you either, I'm talking like medieval era, you either work in farms together or you fight in wars together. You can't really not be there for them because you're either in one or the other for the most part. I mean, sure, there are other professions you could have sought out, but you're either hated by everyone or liked by everyone, kind of. You're either stuck with them or you're not. though. I feel like, oh, I won't say it's easier nowadays, but it's an interesting. I'm getting off topic again. But also, why do we have 2 service bars? No one knows. Officer Georgie's lighter disappeared. Again? Are you freaking kidding me? Why did we zoom into here? Why is there a plush there? Sorry, Bailey's. Hey, we'll be with you in a minute. We're thinking to ourselves. This is when I should have started talking about stuff. This would have been the perfect time. Because now it seems like I'm having a conversation with myself in my mind. Knock knock, anyone there? Mr. Bailey's, hi. I'm sorry, didn't hear you come in. How are you tonight? I'm alright. You look pretty distracted. I like the flannel. A penny for your thought? You can have them for free. I was just pondering the hidden side of things. How different the world is under the surface compared to what we think it is. Huh. Nothing and no one is exactly what they appear to be. Yeah? Funny. Having similar thoughts on my way here. I guess now that we could spend so much time on social media, people believe we could be summed up in a picture or something. That'll never be true, but people live by that anyway. But it's not like that. It's not that easy to know. Even if that someone is yourself. Especially if that someone is yourself. Sounds like we agree on that. You sure do. Are we some, like, monster that just absorbs items and just spits them out randomly? Are we some, like, Discord monster that just, like, causes chaos and disruption and moves things? Are we the monster that makes you lose, like, your keys or your cell phone? Where you swear you put it here last, but it's not there, and then you find it 3 rooms over in, like, the kitchen and by the trash can for some reason, as if it's got a mind of its own. And it's been on my mind a lot the past few days. Does that mean anything to do with... Does that have anything to do with your wedding in Missoula? Got it in one. How are things on that front? A few days ago, we decided to take some time apart to think. That sounds ominous. No, I don't mean it like that. It wasn't a breakup, or even a break. Whew. We've been through so much. There's no walking back on the relationship now. Sometimes you're so together that you lose sight of the big picture, no? Yeah. I think I see what you mean. So we decided to give each other a bit of space. And figure out what we really want out of our wedding. More importantly, out of our marriage. Good thoughts, good thoughts. Well, tough thoughts, but good thing to think about. I see. Are you making progress on that front? You want the short version? The long version? I'm always here for the full story. Always am. Alright then. I'm gonna tell you everything. But I think I should order first. What thing? What can I make you tonight? I'm not feeling fussy. Anything warm would do. So anything, really. Makes sense. What about some herbal tea then? Hibiscus? Butterfly pea? Butterfly pea or hibiscus sounds great. With milk and honey. We'll just quickly browse this. Green and blue. We are a latte. Huh. Why did I do this one? One, because I was thinking of giving him blue pea anyways, but also because I'm hoping the calmness and certainty might help him. The latte, refreshing in both taste and appearance, is good. I wonder if there's a different outcome to the wedding depending on which one you give him. Because this I see as you give him a you give him a new like view on what he's thinking about. You know, that could go one way. Or you help him calm down and go with another route. I'm gonna do Dreaming Blue. I bet you there's a different outcome if you give the other one. Here you go. I hope you like it. Thanks, Diane. Anytime. I wish I was this good at making coffee, tea, and hot chocolate. So nice. And it brings me way back. You know how much I'm not really in touch with my family anymore? Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Don't be. I don't even miss it. Most of the time. In the end, they're just a random bunch of people. And we don't have very much in common. Today you learned that about yourself, babies? I think so too. There's just one person I miss. I've been missing her for a while now. As someone who passed away, I'm guessing? Exactly. On and on again, night. I used to have a very close relationship with my great-great-aunt. When I was little, my parents fought all the time. I still remember in my bones that made me feel. I hear that one of them, both of them, would walk away and abandon me. A bit ironic in hindsight, then it was many years ago. Yeah, it's quite normal for a little child to care about their parents, no matter who they are or how they behave. That's true. Anyway, I spent almost all my evenings curled up into my ball in my room, trying hard not to listen to all the shouting. Except when my gran came to visit. Not that being around her prevented fighting, mind you. Elven high society is amazing at keeping up appearances. Except in front of family. But she got how it made me feel. So she went out of her way to take the sitting out of it. Or sorry, the sting out of it. She would keep me company and bring me a cup of herbal tea. With milk and honey in it. Doing this now with you feels a lot like family again. That's very sweet. Sounds like she was a perceptive person. She really was the best of them. So she got sick. Oh. How did that happen? I thought elves don't get sick. Ah, see. That's a part of elven disinformation. Elves don't get sick with your little run-of-the-mill cold. They do get big, bad diseases like everyone else. And it's not uncommon for us to die. Except, there's this assumption in elven society that if you live the right sort of life, you'll pass away peacefully in your bed. So that's what families say, most of the time. Don't die. Incidentally, that also means that they need to pretend everything's fine until the very last moment. That's what they did to my aunt. They basically shut her in during her last few weeks. Sounds awful. I did manage to visit her, put her on a brave faith, but it was clear she wasn't very happy. Then she wasn't very happy before that either. At least she had you. It must have been a little consolation. Yeah. I'm glad I was able to be there. I think I came very close to being trapped with those. I'm pretty sure she would have hated that for me. A little part of me hopes she'd be proud of me right now. I'm certain she would be. Thanks. Here you are, letting me pleb on again. That's more than fine. But do you think growing up among conflict might explain why things are a bit difficult to work out sometimes between you and Lua? I definitely think that's part of it. In fact, customer Silver. Amanda? I'm surprised I can remember your guys' names better than I can remember some of my coworkers. That's only half true. When you say good morning to them every single day, you kind of get it ingrained in your head. Good evening. Hi, Knight. And I don't think we met before. I'm Silver. I feel like maybe you haven't. I feel like maybe you did, but when you were still Neil. I'm Bailey. Nice to meet you. I'm guessing you're Amanda? Excuse me. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to a remake of an episode. I mean, for you guys, it's not a remake, but welcome back to Coffee Talk, episode 2. Viscous and Butterfly. I guess I don't technically have to redo the whole episode, and I'm not going to. To give a little context, I recorded an episode, then had some audio problems midway through, caught it like 5 seconds after it started, which was essentially my audio cut out. So then I started picking up the recording from there and recorded a whole nother section, and then that didn't work either. Apparently, I don't think it was collecting my audio at all for that, like 30 minutes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jump to that part. I mean, for you guys, it won't seem like a jump. It'll actually seem like I restarted the episode. But I'm gonna jump to that point and start recording from there. Before I go ahead, I want to say thank you all for watching. I apologize if this video came out later than intended. It was supposed to go out 2 days ago, but I got busy and it was super late. And then the next day, I spent what little time I had in the afternoon playing games with my brothers. So I just posted an easy video I already had. Now, without further ado, please give my judginess and criticism and preachiness a little bit of relief. I think there's some in there. The episode was full of it, but I don't know how much made it in the first little bit. I do apologize. I said something at the end of the video, but of course I can't have any proof, so you're gonna have to trust my word on it. I do apologize about all that. But now, really, without further ado, I'll see you guys in a little bit. We are, but you don't appear to be a hive. How did you... Lulu told me she ran into a week or so ago. Oh, the nice earthling we met on the first night here. That is a satisfactory explanation. And so, are you her date? I'm a little more than that. I'm her fiancé. Truly? Fiancé is a successful outcome of dates with a 0.013% probability. Congratulations on your excellent odds actualization. Thank you. Now, Cafe Offspring. We are wishing for a drink. Cafe Offspring? How did you acquire that new title? Yeah. Alright, sounds like something I shouldn't prod too hard. Never mind me. You're about to order, Amanda. We were. And what we wish is for a memorable parting experience. I suspect it's something like that. Last visit in a while, huh? That is accurate. I take it you completed your research on Earth? Almost. We're quite satisfied with the outcomes of our mission. Interesting. Looks like there's a story there. First, tell me, what sort of experience are you after? We wish to have something we never had before. Time to get creative then. Yes. Take care not to reuse any ingredient you have served us in the past. Okay, now that I get a redo, I won't screw this up like last time, but there is one I want to do. Hot chocolate? This one. You all won't know this one. I guessed this, and you'll see where I guess it later on. We're gonna make that for her. I don't think this is the drink she wants, but I'm gonna give it because I don't know what ingredients I have and have not served her. Do I have anything in my box? Here you go. Hopefully this tastes new to you. Last time, yeah, I don't think it did. The novelty coefficient did not clear the expected parameter, but it does not seem very important right now. Yep, I failed that one. I think there's an achievement I got because of it. Served the wrong drink for the first time. God dang. Are you maybe getting a little emotional, Amanda? We do not wish to discuss this. Anyhow, I trust the agent gave you no more trouble? That was quite close, actually. We had a little brush with the authorities, you see. Yeah, Lou mentioned that. It made her really angry. She was still seething when she came home that night. Please tell her I'm grateful. Well, Agent kept looking into things even after his second visit here. The scariest thing was when he came by to my cafe. Or what he thought was a cafe. I really feared he was on to us, but apparently he just enjoyed the chat we had the other night. That's what he said. Or that. I don't know if it was true, but when he saw the cafe wasn't open yet, he ended up leaving and hasn't shown up since. That's a relief. Yes, we've thought on it for a while, and we've decided we do not care for that sort of tech. Not if it makes our siblings. You really got in the hang of emotions now, haven't you, man? Thank you, Offspring. If that is the case, we are... That means our mission is well and truly accomplished. Did you come here specifically to pick up Earthling emotions? No. We came here for the purposes of general Earthling research, but it appears to us that emotions are one of the most interesting aspects. We'll be submitting a... you call it academic paper. Uncontrolled stimuli and reflexive neural pattern, deep level communication, and hive versus non-hive species. I can read this, first try, easy, no problem. I could read it, pronounce everything correctly, in order, and yet I can't read like a 5-word sentence that are full of like 4-letter words. I swear. I try my best. I can't claim. I don't even think there's a point to saying about dyslexia because I can read these just fine, but small short words I can't read for some reason. I mix up the words and mix up the letters. I don't understand. Is there a thing as selective dyslexia? Or maybe there's more to it and I just don't know, but it baffles me that this is so easy and yet saying something like, did you come here specifically to pick up Earthling emotion? Hard for me tonight. Wow. That's how you know it's serious research. I don't even understand the title. And always was the brains of the family. That wasn't your only mission, though, right? If you're leaving, does that mean... Yes. Pearl and I did go out on a date. Right, you're looking for love, aren't you? I am. I was. You think? I think I may have found it. Wait, wasn't the first date a really short time ago? Just a couple of days. But I've been waiting a while. I really think this is it. When I took up this mission from the Hive, I came to Earth, and during the entire process when I changed, what I was hoping was someone would see me for who I am. And I really think she does. That's so great, but curious. Doesn't being in a hive provide the experience of feelings deep? It does and it does not. And in fact, we hope that is something our research might improve. The hive sees thoughts and desires honestly. But it is not able to communicate the reasons for those desires. See, again, I can freaking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 words, and I mess it up. I need help reading. The emotions, as it were. We do not well on that, nor will we start to do so next time. But it seems to us now that they may be worth conveying, at least to some extent. Yes, what Amanda said is part of it. I was very unaware of my emotions when I first came to Earth. I was really bad at communicating them clearly together. In some ways, still am. It would always be harder for me to grasp them than for most people. But when I started to understand, I was fascinated and scared. Aren't we all? Aren't we all? You mean in a memento? Okay. Which is not an uncommon experience. It's really not. It requires a good deal of courage to look at your emotions, honestly. It certainly requires some time. And even more time to find someone who can look at them. Not get scared, and take them as they are. Someone who can see you clearly and kindly. It's a precious thing when that happens, huh? Rare and beautiful thing. Has that been your experience with Lua? It definitely has. I almost forgot how much it matters too. I'm lucky that I have good friends who reminded me of that. Does that mean you and Lua found some answers? Oh, the heck with it. I can't hold my tongue any longer. I'll start to unwrap your goodbyes. But I'd like to officially invite you to a little surprise ceremony, which will take place 3 days ahead. Wow, that's some answers indeed. Yeah, taking a little time to think really cleared her. We haven't gotten bogged down in the details. We had gotten bogged down. And our own insecurity, to be honest. So we decided to make it simple again. No fuss, no massive expense, nothing like that. Just us and our closest family members. Whether we got them at birth or chose them ourselves. I mean, I loved this part. I remember this part clearly. I remember like the whole episode clearly because there's so many freaking like emotion bombs in this. But the one line that I did love and the one term that I did love is family chosen by ourselves. Whether we got them at birth or chose them ourselves is such a beautiful line that I love so much. I think it's that's just great. Anyways, I am touched, Mr. Bailey's. Aw, come on now. You know you mean a lot to the two of us, as does this place. Speaking of which, I also have Hyde's invitation here. Special invitation card. Wait, no, I didn't finish reading. I was laughing at something that I said in the first time that I did this. Special invitation card for some. Come on. Well, Hyde and Gala's invitation. Seeing how that's the obvious plus one. Would you give it to him when you see him? It would be an honor. Silver and Amanda, I don't have a card for you, but you're in the cafe family as well. Sure, we won't mind. You'd like to join us for the party? A party? This is our first experience being invited to a party. It is 99.999% pleasant, and a 0.001% disappointing that we have to refuse. Yes, I truly appreciate the officer Bailey. Now they were leaving Seattle tomorrow. Really? That's more sudden than I expected. Are you going back to the base then, Amanda? Not yet. We're going on an adventure. Sounds very exciting. It really is. Amanda are taking a trip through the country. Maybe even a bit further if we've got time. We're basically going to be tourists. Tourists is such a fascinating concept. Although our sibling explained it to us multiple times, we still find it very hard to comprehend. We always thought that traveling must have a mission, a purpose. But it seems that tourism is traveling with no other purpose than traveling, which is in essence circular reasoning. It may well be, but it's still a lot of fun. In fact, I'd say that's the real purpose of tourism. Be fun, relax, see beautiful things. Enjoy life, you know? Enjoyment is a purpose. That is new to us. We are 99.999% excited to try it out. Hey, it's always good to have that 0.001% doubt. You never know. So am I. I've never been out of Seattle since I arrived. See, I thought in the first game you did. But apparently you were still in Seattle. I thought you left to explore the world. But I was wrong. I guess I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to blend in. I would have to restart everything from scratch. Knowing that you're here tonight, I always have a place to return to where I'll feel home. That makes me a lot less nervous. I'm very happy to hear that. You guys are gonna make me cry. I would love to take a screenshot of this. But this is not a moment that a screenshot can capture. The beautiful story, the backstory between what if I showed this to a random stranger, they'd be like, it's 3 people sitting at a bar. And I'd be like, but there's more story behind it. A picture cannot capture beauty of emotions as here right now. I think I should order a drink. Of course, what can I make? I'd like it to reflect the spirit of our upcoming adventure. But I'm also in the mood for sweet and soothing. So sweet and soothing, but with an adventurous kick. Yeah, that's exactly right. And how about some hot chocolate with something extra to make it fun? I'd love that. Hot chocolate with some sweetness and some spice. Now, I don't have to go through, or I want to go through my process on what I thought of this. Hot chocolate is the base, and it has to be sweet and spicy, so it probably is 2 ingredients. Sweetness is the first ingredient. My original thoughts when I was doing this was it either had to be honey or cinnamon. I looked through the list to see what drinks I had unlocked already with chocolate and honey or chocolate and cinnamon. And my next guess was either you double down on the cinnamon, you do honey and cinnamon, it adds a little warmth. I assume that's what they mean by spice. Okay. Or you do honey and cinnamon. Or, on contrary for the spice, you go with ginger. And on my first try of guessing, you get 299.792.458. Or I guess it's 299.792.458. I think those are supposed to be commas, but they look like this. Here's a 299.792.458 for a light speed travel. Oh, we like this name. It is evocative and adventurous. Evocative? Yes, it is the speed of light, not evocative of great adventures. Or is the speed of light not evocative of great adventures? I should be saying evocative or something like that. Speed of light. Wow. Way to target your audience tonight. Thank you. But do you like the taste filler? I love it. This is exactly what I want. It's got the spicy kick of ginger to start with, which keeps you on your toes, but then the honey makes it sweet and comfortable. In fact, it reminds me of you, Amanda. Yeah? How does it taste remind you of? I guess he's saying that you're sweet, but with a strong character as well. That's about right. We do not entirely comprehend it, yet we are pleased. Well, that's settled then. Whenever you miss Amanda Silver, you can come here and I'll make you this drink. I'd like that. Thank you. Wow, careful there. Don't want to spill a drink if you enjoy this much. You're right. I'm just so excited, I can barely sit still. I can imagine. First trip across the country is a big deal. It is. That's not the only reason I'm excited. I feel like I switched your voice from a soft smooth to a slightly deeper smooth to back to a soft smooth, and I kind of want to go to a deeper smooth. I feel like that fits a bit more. Okay, that was quite awesome. I really want to know what you're going to say now. You guys seem to lead very interesting line. Oh, not at all. I think I'm quite a boring person. With a secret society and an alien background. It's true that some of my life circumstances are a bit cool, but this particular thing is very common. Our sibling is excited because a date will be joining. And in fact, we must be fair and acknowledge that we may have misjudged her based on our lack of facial symmetry. I swear, Amanda, I was thinking about that the other day and immediately thought of you. Immediately thought of you. Symmetry. Although prose features are 9.231% different from left to right. We agree with our movie analysis, 99.999%. Wow, hold on. Amanda, you've met Pearl? And you talk about movies? There's a book, very, very beautiful book where... I know I keep getting off topic, but I'm reliving the episode in my mind as I'm doing this. One of my favorite book series, there's this, I forget what it is, but this familiar of some crazy being, and the guy who has the familiar has a friend who just kind of went into learning magic and be like, just going with the flow about it. And for some reason, a lot of people are fearful of that familiar, but he's like, yeah, no, I mean, his taste in movies is kind of eh. But, you know, like, all they talk about is movies. And it's freaking awesome. I love it. That's what this reminds me of. It's just like creating a friendship with someone who maybe people hate or something that people fear over something as simple as movies. And now she's joining you two on a holiday? How did any of that happen? We watched Stork Wrestlers all together last night. Burrow likes them a lot as well. You don't exactly sound thrilled. Fortunately, she also likes space travel. I see. Learning couple compromises the hard way. I suppose so. Well, I'm glad to hear that she's met Amanda and that they got along. Does that mean she also knows where you're from, Silver? She does. I told her about it on her first date. Wow, that's very brave. Very hard to put yourself out under any. Reveal something so vulnerable to someone you just met and are starting to like. Give me the memento. I probably should have done this. Okay, I am still recording. Perfect. Awesome. Should have checked that too. Yeah. And first, oh yeah, I reread it. It takes that. You're very kind, but I think so. To be honest, I hadn't planned it that way. Although I've always felt safe here with all the regulars. Now that not everyone would be open-minded about me. So I wasn't sure I'd say anything to Pearl that night. As we were talking, I'm so happy to learn more about her, about who she is. I realized that I didn't want her to have an incomplete picture of her. That's part of me. If my goal is to find someone who sees me for who I am, then she needs to know about that. And that was the right decision. Well, I will say that if she'd heard your story, and that changed how she viewed you, then she wouldn't have been worth your time now. That's fair. But still, even knowing that, I admire you a lot. Truth is, this might be a bit strange to say, I'm not proud of who I've become. This is a feeling, much like quite a few feelings in life, this is a feeling that nothing compares to. Like, nothing can get even close. Is the feeling of being proud of yourself and who you've become. That is a feeling that nothing will ever feel the same. Nearly feel the same. Being proud of something can feel good. Being proud of something you did can also feel good. But being proud of who you are specifically, like where you've come from and everything you've done, that's a whole nother feeling. And nothing compares. It's just one of those feelings that nothing will ever, you will never ever be able to feel something like that. Something similar that's not that. I feel like there are many emotions like that, but that's one. Or I guess that's one. And I want the people I love to be proud of me too. What is proud? Proud is... For yourself, I think it's when you start to be satisfied with what you're achieving. Especially if you have to fight to get there. For others, you think of someone you care about. Consider who they are and what they react, and the way they're acting. It just fills you with joy. We see. Then we are definitely proud of you. You two are a really sweet family. And so are you and Miss Lua. Mr. Bailey. True. Chosen families can offer rock. Yes, when we met Pearl, we came to a conclusion. There's no difference in nature or expression between a family that you are born with and a family that you acquire by choice. Both demand work and understanding. There may be minute differences in the specific process, but the bond appears to be 99.999% similar in the end. So it is. before I get going. I feel like I changed your voice again. I'm trying to get back to the smoothie, but it's not working. Yes, we must go pack. First time I see someone get excited about the aspects of her. What Amanda really means that I must pack. Well, she analyzed Earthling ritual for shirts, pulling stock, so. Precisely. This is further information for our research. We are thrilled. Good luck, Silver. See. Do enjoy your trip, both of you. I hope you tell us all about it when you're back. I will. Good night to you two then. I wish I could keep the voices easier, but I'm struggling. Hasta la vista, strangers. Huh? Or questioners. Bye to you too. There's never a dull moment in your cafe night. I try. Speaking of which, would you like to hold some party or after party for your wedding here? I know it's not a very large space, but perhaps whether we like it, we'd love it. Honestly, I didn't want to impose, but there's no place that could be better fit. And I don't mind that it's not very large. It's gonna be a small, cozy wedding. This is perfect. It's settled then. Louie's gonna be over the moon when I tell her. In fact, I'm gonna go tell her now. It's a very exciting thought. It really is. Thanks again, Knight. You're like a guardian angel for it. On that note, I'm off. Good night. Like a guardian hive mind. Good night, Mr. Faith. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Now I gotta edit this, put it together, and post it, which is gonna take a bit. That's fine. I'll do that. I'll do that for me and for you. Anyways, I remember the end of this in my other recording being somewhat long of an ending, so I tried to keep it somewhat brief. It was just me getting happy, emotional again, just talking about things, rambling on. But in short, thanks for watching. Thanks for spending this, I think, 45 minutes, maybe an hour? However long this has been, with me, on whatever day it is. You're giving up that much of your time to me, and just down and enjoying a beautiful story. Or story. All I really could say is just thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you giving me that much of your time. I'm honored. With that said, I hope you have a wonderful day, night, evening, here, month, second, hour, minute, millennia, era, decade, century, era. I don't think I said generation. Whatever it may be. But do take